Dividing decimals with number chips. This is a digital lesson, and this one is basketball themed. The lesson starts with explaining to the students how to shift the decimal point when you're doing the division, and then it gives some examples. So here we want to move the decimal point in the divisor all the way to the right. So in this case, one place to the right. So if we move the decimal point in the divisor one place to the right, we have to move the decimal point one place to the right in the dividend also. So this shows an example. And then they have an example where they have to move that decimal point two places to the right. Students are going to start on slide 5. So they have these movable chips, and they're going to move them into the correct circles to do the division. The first thing it asks them to do is to type a number here. How many places are we moving that decimal point to the right? And in this case, we're just moving one place to the right. So that's going to help them when they have to place this movable decimal point into the answer. So here, we're just going to divide as if the decimal points weren't there. So 4 goes into 22 5 times. So they're going to move the 5. They're going to click and hold on the edge, move it into place here. Now they're going to multiply, and they get 20. They're going to subtract, bring down the 4, and then 4 goes into 24 evenly 6 times. Now the last thing they have to do is place that decimal point. So if they moved it one place to the right here, they have to move it one place to the right, and it'll be between the 5 and the 6 because it goes straight up. Now you'll notice on every slide that you've got a heart, yellow heart with a letter. They're going to use this letter, they're going to match it with their answer on the final slide to solve a basketball riddle. They're going to do the same thing with some more problems they're going to practice. First thing they want to do is type the number of places they're moving that decimal point to the right. And then they do the division, and they have every number they need on every slide. So when these problems get a little bit more difficult, they get toward the end of the problem and the numbers aren't working, they know they've made an error somewhere and they need to go back and check. So in that way, it's self-checking. So they have several to practice. They get a little bit more difficult as they go. And then on the final slide, they have a basketball riddle. They're going to solve it by going back through the previous slides. They're going to find each of these answers, and they're going to type that letter that's in the yellow heart next to its answer or above its answer. So if they do it correctly, it should solve the riddle. So this is a digital lesson, dividing decimals with number chips, basketball themed.